You're watching WCCB News Now. I'm Chief Meteorologist Nicole Madden. Today is Tuesday, July 9th, and here's what you need to know weather-wise. Well, we have heat advisories in effect across a good portion of the WCCB viewing area, really for all areas here to the south of 85, which includes Rowan, Cabarrus, Stanley, Anson, Richmond, Union, Mecklenburg, Gaston, and York counties in North Carolina, or I should say Gaston counties in North Carolina, York, Chester, Lancaster, and Chesterfield counties here in South Carolina. This goes into effect 12 o'clock here and extends through 8 o'clock this evening. Now we got dangerous heat and humidity, and it already feels extremely hot outside. 89 degrees is how it feels in Charlotte, 91 in Statesville, and near 90 here for Concord and Salisbury, and it's only going to be feeling hotter as we move into the afternoon. So the AC going to be doing a big workout here today, as we'll have it on high blast, expecting those feels like temperatures to reach the triple digits by early afternoon. And we're not just talking about 100, 101, we're talking about 105 for a few hours this afternoon for many locations across the region. We'll get to 105 for Charlotte, 106 for Lancaster, 106 for Cheraw, some areas even reaching 109 for our South Carolina communities. Across the foothills, those feels like temperatures will be near 100 degrees for Taylorsville and Morganton, and across the mountains we got low 80s in the forecast. And we have all this moisture streaming in out of the Gulf. That will provide plenty of fuel for a couple of afternoon thunderstorms. Generally for the mountains, though, going to be a little bit too stable with all of this heat here across the Piedmont. It's warmer in the upper layers of the atmosphere, so that's why we won't have many storms pop. But for anywhere that does see any stormy weather, we have all of that fuel here providing a lot of heavy rain for your evening. By sunset, those storms will settle across the region. As we move into Wednesday, another hot and humid day, but a cold front will bring some relief with drier air moving in for Thursday. That's your latest weather-wise update. Lauren, over to you with the latest breaking news.
Nicole, thank you. We begin with breaking news in Newton, North Carolina. Police are investigating an officer-involved shooting. Investigators say they had a 911 caller who hung up at the Catawba Pines Apartments. When police got there, there were several people in the parking lot. One man was showing a gun and fired at police. Officers then fired back and hit him. He was flown to the hospital in critical condition. The officers and deputies involved have been placed on administrative leave during the investigation, which is standard procedure. 2 people are dead and at least 2 others are hurt after 4 shootings overnight. The first happened on Griffith Street in South Charlotte. Medics says 1 person was pronounced dead at the scene. CMPD was originally investigating this as a homicide, but police are now calling it a death investigation. In North Charlotte, 1 person is facing life-threatening injuries after a shooting on Catherine Simmons Avenue. That's near LaSalle Street. Police were called to the area just after 1 o'clock Tuesday morning. No other information has been released at this time. Also in North Charlotte, 1 person is dead after a shooting on Statesville Road. It happened about 2 miles from the shooting on Catherine Simmons. Medic pronounced them dead at the scene. The final shooting happened on Hillary Circle in South Charlotte. This is about 3 miles away from the death investigation on Griffith Street. 1 person is facing life-threatening injuries. We are asking police for more information on all of these shootings, and we'll update you if we learn anything new. President Biden will not be dropping out of the race for re-election. That's what the First Lady told a crowd in Wilmington during a campaign event. This comes as a growing number of Democratic lawmakers are calling for the president to drop out of the 2024 campaign. The reaction followed Biden's lackluster performance at last month's debate against former President Trump. Jill Biden says her husband is the best man for the job.
For all the talk out there about this race, Joe has made it clear that he's all in.
Congress returns to Washington, D.C. today. Democratic lawmakers are holding a planned caucus meeting with Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. They are expected to talk about whether President Biden can beat former President Trump in November. Today is also the first day of the NATO summit in Washington, D.C., marking 75 years of the alliance. The meeting is generating questions about Ukraine's desire to join the organization. The Biden administration promises NATO will reveal this week the steps Ukraine needs to take to become a member. The former U.S. Special Representative for Ukraine negotiations says he doesn't think that means Ukraine will become a member anytime soon. Actor Alec Baldwin is scheduled to appear in court today in New Mexico. He is facing manslaughter charges in the shooting death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins. That happened on the set of the film Rust. A judge in New Mexico denied a pair of motions from the actor's attorneys last week. His defense team claims prosecutors mishandled evidence, procedures related to the case. Baldwin's legal team says since the weapon in question was destroyed from FBI forensic testing, it was no longer possible to recreate the examination. According to the TSA, this July 4th holiday weekend hit a new all-time travel record. The TSA says it screened upwards of 3 million passengers for the first time ever on Sunday, crushing the previous record set last month when just under 3 million passengers were screened on June 23rd. But Hurricane Beryl did cause problems as more than 2,000 flights were canceled Sunday and Monday. If you're not watching us on the WCCB News app, be sure to download it and join us back here tomorrow morning at 9:15.